Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with the physical pharmaceutics fourth semester question and answers as per RGH's question bank. So in the previous video I have shared you with 10 marks question and answers for physical pharmaceutics first unit. So today I'll start from the 5 marks, that is short essay. So the first question is what are colloids, and classify the colloids, differentiate between different types of colloids. So colloids are a homogeneous non-crystalline substance consisting a large molecule or ultra microscopic particles on one substance that is dispersed through the second substance. So the classification of colloids are is lipophilic and association colloids. So we will see the number one, that is lipophilic colloids. The lipophilic means solvent loving, and the term indicates that dispersed particles have greater affinity to the dispersion medium. So the dispersion mediums form a sheet around the colloidal particles and the solvates. So the dispersed particles may be hydrophobic such as acacia, gelatin, insulin, etc., and lipophilic such as rubber and polyester, etc. So it is possible to obtain a lipophilic colloids with or without charge. So the method of preparation for the lipophilic colloids are, as a lipophilic shows the greater affinity towards the solvents, they can be formed very easily. So hence no special techniques are involved in the preparation, and they produce just by dissolving the substance into the solvent. Example, acacia or gelatin in water and celluloid in amyl acetate. Number second, that is liophobic colloids, as these solvents are solvent hating colloids. So these types of colloids shows negligible affinity towards the molecules of the dispersion mediums, hence they are known as solvation hating colloids. So since the attachment between the molecules of the dispersed phase and the continuous phase, they doesn't exist, hence the solvation phenomena is absent, and they further are classified as hydrophobic dispersion, in the sense the colloid is dispersed in the lipophilic in nature and dispersed medium in water. So example, gold and silver. Number B, liophobic colloids, they are water in oil emulsion, and the techniques which are involved in the liophobic colloids are dispersion colloid and condensation colloid, where the dispersion is the technique of the course the particle are converted into a colloidal particles through the mechanical, such as milling and grinding, peptidization, electric arc and ultrasonic. And number third, that is association colloids. So in the association, the ions which have a certain affinity for both polar and non-polar solvents at a low concentration surface agents, so it exists individually as a monomers which are subcolloidal in the size. So as the monomer concentration increases, they aggregates themselves to a narrow range of the concentration. So these aggregates are called as micelles, and each micelles contains around 50 monomers, and the size can be about 50 degree angstrom, and the surface tension becomes constant above the critical micelle concentration, which is indicative of saturation of the interface as well as the bulk phase with the monomers. And question number second, what are hydrophobic colloids? Discuss any 4 preparations of method. So the hydrophobic colloids are a colloid system where the particles are hydrophobic in polymers. Since the colloid doesn't interact with an aqueous solvent, so the hydrophobic colloids are inherently unstable and generally do not form any spontaneously. For the preparation of method of preparation, you have to refer question number 4 in the 10 marks, and we will see question number 3. Discuss association colloids with example. So here also you have to refer question number 1, that is 5 marks, and question number 4, explain protection of colloids. So here you have to refer question number 6 in 10 marks, And question number 5, with the help of a neat diagram, explain the method of purification of colloids. So you have to draw the diagram, neat label diagram for purification of colloids, and you have to refer question number 6 for the method of purification of colloid in 10 marks. And question number 6, explain the optical properties of colloids. Here you have to refer question number 2 in 10 marks. And question number 7, explain kinetic properties of colloids. So here you have to refer question number 1 for 10 marks. And question number 8, that is explain electrical properties of colloids. So here you have to refer question number 1 in 10 marks. So we will see, explain DME and its application. DME in the sense domain membrane equilibrium or domain membrane effect. So the product of the same pair of ions on two sides of the permeable membrane which becomes same is called as Donan membrane. So when the saline solution are distilled water and separated by a permeable membrane, so the final equilibrium will be reached when the concentration of the salt on both sides will be same. If but there is any non-diffusible ion one side, or different phenomena will be same. So the drug which shows the poor absorption, example sodium silicate, can be made to absorb readily by combining them with sodium CMC, which is an anionic in nature. So normally sodium CMC is a non-diffusible through the semi-permeable membrane. And the principle for Donan membrane equilibrium, where a solution of sodium chloride is placed on one side of the semi-permeable membrane, on the other side of the solution were negatively charged colloid together, which is placed. So the volume of the solution on the two sides of membrane are considered to be equal. This is the initial state for the Donan membrane equilibrium, where the sodium chloride is outside the initial state, where the semi-permeable membrane of inside colloid plus sodium. So sodium and chloride can freely diffused through the semi-permeable membrane, but the colloidal particle shows poor diffusion. So this is the equilibrium state where the NaCl means sodium chloride is equal in both the parts of the semi-permeable membrane. So outside and inside the NaCl where colloid is also present in that. So applications for Donan membrane equilibrium. Number 1, difference in the ionic concentration of the biological fluids, where the lymph and the intestinal fluid have lower concentration of inorganic cations like sodium and potassium, where the higher concentration of anionic, that is chlorine, which is compared to the plasma. So this is attributed to the higher protein content in the plasma. So number 2, membrane hydrolysis, the relative strength of the hydrogen and the hydroxyl ions, and therefore the acidic or the alkaline nature on either side of the membrane is influenced by presence of non-diffusible ions. So this phenomena is referred as a membrane hydrolysis. Donan membrane equilibrium explains the greater concentration of hydrogen ions in the gastric juices. Number 3, lower pH in RBC, red blood cells. So the hemoglobin of RBC is very negatively charged and therefore causes an accumulation of positively charged ions by including the hydrogen bonds. So therefore the pH of RBC is slightly slower than 2.75 than that of the plasma, that is 7.4. So osmotic imbalance, Donan membrane equilibrium, which results in the differential distribution of ions in different compartments of the body, partially explains the osmotic pressure difference. So question number 10, that is explain the concept of DLVO theory with energy curves. So how this theory is applied by stabilizing the colloidal dispersion. According to the theory, the distance between the two dispersed particles mainly influence the particle-particle interaction. By using this theory, one can approximately determine the amount of the electrolyte. So this is the graph for DLVO theory: repulsion VR, potential barrier, compositive curve, that is VT, and secondary, that is secondary minimum, primary minimum, attraction, that is VA, and VM, here energy. So the conclusion may be drawn from the energy curves. So the primary, when the particles are very close to each other, the atomic orbiters overlap and penetrate to each other. This is indicates by a rapid rise in the potential energy. The net result is a stronger attraction which leads to the precipitation. So the net energy peak at intermediate distance where repulsive forces that can operate this potential barrier keeps the particles in the Brownian movement and imparts the stability of the dispersion. At this peak, the maximum potential is designated by Vm. So the secondary minimum, this can be observed when the particles are separated by a long distance about 1000 to 2000 degree angstrom. The particles experiences attraction forces and forms the aggregate. The presence of secondary minimum is taken advantageously in the controlled flocculation of the coarse dispersion. In that, the number 1, the interaction between the particles. What are the interaction, how they apply to the DLVO theory? So the interaction between the particles are van der Waals law, attraction force. So these forces mainly depend upon the chemical nature and the size of the particles, where the potential energy of the attraction is represented by Va. And number 2, that is electrostatic repulsive forces. It is depend upon mainly on the density, surface charge and thickness of the double layer that indicates the magnitude of zeta potential, and the potential energy repulsions is presented by VR. So number 3, that is net energy interaction. An algebraic addition of the above two curves gives the net energy interaction. So that potential energy is represented by Vt. Coming to the question 11, that is what are the association colloids? Mention the mechanism of formation of micelle with a suitable example. So for association colloids, you have to refer question number 1, that is 5 marks. I'll start with the mechanism of formation of micelle. So the process of forming a micelle is known as micellization. A typical micelle is a spherical in structure which contain 50 to 100 monomers. So the number of monomers to form a micelle is called aggregation number, and the process of micellization is SAA, bulk in concentration, through the surface excess, where the surface saturated with the SAA then excess in the bulk micelle, that is form colloidal aggregates in 30 to 100 nanometer. So here we have completed the 5 marks question and answers for unit 1, that is colloidal dispersion, 4th semester. Tomorrow I am going to continue with the 2 marks. So we'll complete the first unit for physical pharmaceutics 4th semester. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.